Hi Aries, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your February 2017 general month ahead reading. I'm not using the inset box again this month because a lot of people have been saying they prefer the readings without the inset box, and so do I, to be honest with you. It's just some big gaping flaming hole on the screen. So yeah, we're just going to go back, Aries, to the way that we were doing it. So, whoops. This reading is for Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. It's a Celtic cross again. Show you the cards, obviously. I do include now 4 cards on the side just to give me a little bit more information about what's going on. I don't necessarily show you those cards. It's really just for me to see, to kind of bolster up the reading, and also clarifiers are added to the areas as well. So, Universe Spirit, show me Aries in February 2017. What's coming in for Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs? Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs in February 2017. What do you see coming in for Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs? Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the month of February 2017. Show me. Okay, so we're going to split the deck into 3. Collect it back up. And we're going to start laying the cards down. As you can see, I'm doing the reading at a slightly different area of the room today because it's a massive glass table that I've got here, so I like to sometimes... I use my little office space just there, as you can see at the back, but just thought it'd be nice to sit and look outside the window from where I am today and do the reading. There we go. We'll add some clarifiers in a while. I'm going to have a look at the 4 cards first. Let's just see what they're saying. I feel that you're strategizing in the month of February 2017, Aries. I feel that you're looking for success, really. For some of you guys, you might be strategizing your way to success, thinking outside the box, being really clever in your maneuvers, in what you're doing. I feel that you're looking to achieve something of greatness and money, so you might be finding ways around financial situations at the same time as well. I feel that you're going through a point or a place of clarification, so there's a lot of introspection I'm seeing with Aries in February 2017, and that seems to be looking at what your options are. For some of you guys, it could be love, it could be where you're trying to maybe escape a particular person. It might be an earth sign individual, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And I feel that you are, you're really trying to look at what your options are. It can be whether it's within love or whether it's in career, money, whatever the situation is. But I feel that it's going to be a month of looking at options concerning a situation. We're going to see how this fits in maybe with the reading. Let's have a look at what the you now position is. Well, for some of you guys, Aries, I'm afraid to say the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is not a bad card. It means that you're pushing through. Ten of Wands is perseverance. So when you get the card, it means that you are struggling. But then the guy on this card doesn't look too bad. I mean, he's walking quite fast. He's got a lot of responsibilities, but he's bearing them very, very well. So I feel that you're bearing your responsibilities really, really well in the you now position in February 2017. This guy is not pushing wands. It's always good to look at cards and look at the pictures on them. On the rider weight, the guy's pushing wands uphill. And that's why whenever we see Ten of Wands on any, deck of cards, Aries, we're very tempted to say, oh, well, you're struggling, because that's what we associate the Ten of Wands to be, the wording. But it's not. This card is that this person has a lot to carry, but they're doing it. And they're pushing through and they're not complaining. So I feel that you're not complaining in February 2017, despite all of the responsibilities and all of the things that you have to do, all of the requirements on you and on your life. And this is you because you're wands. You're not complaining. I just get the feeling that you're actually, no matter what, you're getting on with it, and you're getting on with it, and you're being a real trooper in February 2017. What's the root issue for the month? Well, the Nine of Wands. Interesting. You got 2 wand energies here, and wands, the Nine of Wands is, let me have a look at him. He's on his guard. But this is a card about anger, and it's a card about, I love the Nine of Wands in a way, because even though the guy on the card looks tired, he's got blood on his band-aid that's tied around his head, so he's been in a fight. He's been in the wards, but this is the card about being resolute. So when you get the Nine of Wands, it means I'm even more resolute than I ever was before. I went through some shit. I was beaten, I was bruised, I was knocked down, but you know what? No fucker's keeping me down. And that's what the Nine of Wands really is at its heart. It's about having the courage of your convictions. And I feel the root issue is that you do have the courage of your convictions, Aries, in the month of February 2017. And that's why you might be tired, but you ain't showing it with that Ten of Wands. You're just carrying on and you're just moving forward. No matter what's on your plate, you're dealing with it. And you're not saying to people, oh, I'm tired, or I'm fed up, or I'm crying, or I'm depressed. You're just not doing that here. You're dealing with a situation that could take you down, that could have taken you down, but you don't get taken down by it because you still stand your guard. Where does the Nine of Wands lead you? Oh, the Ten of Swords. Okay, so it might be as a result of that Nine of Wands, because you are battered and bruised here, but you're still holding on. It can take you to that Ten of Swords. Now, it can take you to, you know, the swords are mental. So sometimes when you've got the swords, it means that other people's opinions can be really dragging you down. So you might have people around you, for example, who, you know, I'm not going to say that you're absolutely flawed, though this person is on the floor with the Ten of Swords. This person effectively gives up. But I don't feel, looking at those two cards here, that you give up. I feel mentally you might be drained. But the swords aren't in the person's back. They're in its stomach and its legs and its chest. Let me just look at this card. You know, I'd be careful of people's communication with that card as a result. Because I feel that you're doing a lot here. But I feel that you've got people who will look at you in February and will say, you know, she's taken a lot on, or he's taken a lot on, and they're not coping. I feel that you need to be careful that you don't get... and I don't feel that you're the one that's stressed, but I feel that you've got to be careful of people who want to rain on your parade, or people who don't want you to achieve. Because I'm just getting the feeling when I looked at this card that this was other people's ideas that was kind of flooring you. You're moving. You know, this person on this Ten of Wands, seriously, he's got his eyes closed and he's walking with 10 wands that are obviously heavy. And he's walking really quick. So he's not showing any signs of a struggle here. He's just kind of like, I'm getting on with it. And I feel, looking at that card, it's almost like I'm getting on with it. This is what you're doing, Aries. You're just getting on with it. You're saying, okay, this is a struggle, this is tough, but you know what, fuck it. I've got a job to do. I've got, you know, bills to, you know, things to do, money to earn, whatever it is. I've got to get from A to Z, and I've got to do it. Something I've got to do, so I'm just going to get on with it, and I'm not going to stress anybody out. I'm just going to, you know, I'm not saying that you're being the martyr, but what I'm saying is that you are not complaining. I don't see you guys as complaining about all of the stress that you're coping with in. I'm not saying stress, but, you know, they're pit cards, but all of the things that you are dealing with in February 2017, Aries, I don't think you're complaining. Because the root issue is that you are determined, Nine of Wands. You know, you seem to have failure somewhere along the line in some form of a project or something that was happening. You've had some failure with that Nine of Wands. But it hasn't deterred you. You're determined to... This is the whole point of the Nine of Wands. It's about determination. Even if you've been knocked down, beaten up, put down, whatever it is, this card says, you can knock me down time and time again, but I'm standing my ground and I'm protecting and preserving what is mine, my own integrity, my own beliefs. Wands deal with beliefs. But I feel that there are people around you with their opinions, with these swords. Often this card will show up when somebody lies to you, or somebody doesn't do something that they say that they're going to do, or somebody reneges on an agreement. So it could be whatever it is that you're dealing with between this Ten of Wands and the Nine of Wands, that maybe there's a bit of disappointment with this Ten of Swords. We're going to get a clarification card with that. I feel that this is saying disappointment or some form of failure, but it's not your fault. It seems to be somebody else, maybe. What's your challenge? Well, it's the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands is about getting off the starting blocks. Okay? It's about progress, initial progress. So I feel that you are struggling, and the Two of Wands can also be a partnership. So it could be that you're struggling, the challenge is the partnership. Often when you get the Two of Wands, it can often suggest that two people are on two separate sides. There's two different beliefs here. So it could be that the challenge is that there are two different beliefs, and maybe that's why there's failure. There seems to be some failure around what it is that you believe in or what you're holding on to here. And it just seems to me that it's getting something off the starting blocks that is the challenge. Because in the present situation, you're the Knight of Pentacles. I feel that in the February 2017, the Knight of Pentacles can either show that you are being made an offer, because it's often the card where you're being rewarded for something from someone. Somebody comes from far and wide, and they are offering you something. But this can also be where you're paying money out. It can also be the card that says that you have a long-term goal, but you're taking things slowly and surely until you're certain of success. So it says that you're looking at the fine details of a situation here. The best case scenario within the first 2 weeks of February 2017, or the crowning thoughts, Aries, will be strength. So you're going to need to be patient, and you're going to need to be strong, because, you know, we can see that you're holding out here. If we looked at the reading from the root issue going to the present, up to the crowning thoughts, we can say that the root issue is that you are defiant, you're determined to hold on. It looks like you've had some failure in something before, Aries. It leads on to the Knight of Pentacles. You might be needing to restructure a few plans, because it seems to me as a result of that Nine of Wands, you guys might have been let down by someone. The Ten of Swords. And therefore, you're going to need to make some readjustments, to restructure some plans. And in order to do that, you know that whatever it is you were setting out to do here, it's almost like you're going to have to go back over it again. It's almost like just as you thought you might be getting to the finishing line with something here, or you might be tasting some form of success, Aries, it's almost like you're back at square one. And I feel that that's because somebody let you down with that Ten of Swords. So therefore, as a result of that, the present shows the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles can be somebody who comes in and they offer you something because you've been let down with that Ten of Swords. And therefore, the Strength card for me in the best case scenario would say that you're going to need to trust this individual. However, if this is you having to restructure stuff, restructure your plans, because what you were working towards seems to have failed with that Ten of Swords, it means that you're going to have patience, okay, and inner confidence and inner strength to see it through, even though you might have to go back to square one. In the immediate future, the second 2 weeks in February, Aries, we've got a negotiation coming up here, the Two of Cups. What's coming in around that? The Three of Pentacles. So you've got some success coming to you. The Three of Pentacles represents a successful negotiation. So you've got a negotiation. It looks like you're talking to somebody here. Two of Cups. And around that is the Three of Pentacles. And I feel that this is signifying a successful negotiation that's coming to you. Your hopes or fears, well, the hopes will be for the Empress. Prosperity and growth in a situation here with this card. And what does the outcome show? The King of Cups. And the King of Cups says that you reach a point of emotional stability. So you know that everything's going to be okay. You know that it's going to be fine now. It doesn't talk about wealth, but it says that all of your worries and all of your fears around a situation are dissipating as you reach a point of emotional security around a situation here. Something works out for you in February, I feel, Aries, but it's not without its drawbacks, because I feel that you're let down over something by someone. And it could be that this Knight of Cups is, not only that you're having, Knight of Pentacles, sorry, in the present, not only that you're having to reorganise something, but it could be that somebody proposes something to you. And the best case scenario within the first 2 weeks is to trust this. And I feel that the Strength card means trust, because I feel that you were let down, Ten of Swords. Alright, within a situation. Could have been from an air sign, it could have been from many people that you were involved with within a situation here. And therefore your challenge shows us that Two of Wands. Initial progress in a situation, a partnership. We're going to get some other cards showing up and see what... so this is the first layer of the reading, Aries. We're going to do a second layer because we're going to pull some clarification cards. But it is saying, it does tally up with the energy, I feel, within the month for February with these four cards. That, you know, there is a clear strategy towards success. Okay, but I feel that you have to look at what your options are. All right? There is, and this is why the 4 cards showed up now. Clear strategy towards success, but you have to evaluate what your options are. And it's saying that because you have been holding out on something. You've been just working hard, tirelessly, Aries, and you've not complained about it. You've been knocked down, but you're still in there. But somebody's like, this ain't no good. This person ain't no good. I'm not going to carry on with this. And they let you down. We can see clearly that you were working diligently. You weren't complaining. You were getting on with it. Because the root issue is the 9 of Wands. You are determined to have some form of success, no matter what. You've had failures, but you're determined. However, as a result of that, the 10 of Swords, I don't feel that you gave up. I feel that somebody made you give up. You were forced into it. Or somebody, you know, turned their back on you. Or they betrayed you. They promised you something and then they didn't come through. And that's because the challenge is the partnership in the first place. Possibly doomed to failure, maybe, with that card. In the present situation, I feel that you receive an offer of some kind, some sort of assistance with this Knight of Pentacles. But it can also be that you're going to have to revise your plans, maybe, with that Knight of Pentacles. If you have to revise your plans, then you're going to need to be patient until you find a way to get whatever this thing is off the ground. If it's a person that comes to you, the Knight of Pentacles, can be a business advisor, a business person that comes forward. Knight of Pentacles often shows us that. Then you're going to need to trust this person with strength. Because in the second 2 weeks of February, you've got 2 of Cups, which shows a negotiation is coming to you. And around that, we're seeing a successful outcome with the 3 of Pentacles. A successful collaboration in which your hopes will be to grow whatever this thing is. Empress means growth and prosperity, abundance. And therefore the outcome shows as the King of Cups. And I feel that you have real peace of mind with this card in the outcome around a situation. So it's a great reading. And that's why the 4 cards were saying strategizing for success. You're going to need to evaluate what your options are. So it's saying, you know, if you're let down over something, even from now going into February, Aries, if you're let down by a particular person, don't give up. Just try again, because there are other options out there for success. We'll just get to why we've got the 10 of Wands here. We're going to open up the reading and see if it's got anything else to tell us. We've done the first layer of cards, and we'll see if this opens up the reading for anything else. See why we've got the 10 of Wands here. Yeah, I mean, I feel that you have been, you know, working really hard. You've got that 10 of Wands here, but also the 7 of Pentacles. So you're working towards success because you're working so hard, because you are looking for the results of your hard work to end up with this, the 7 of Pentacles. So for some of you guys in our position, so as you guys, you're getting, you know, working really, really hard in order to get paid. The root issue for the month is the 9 of Wands. See why we've got the 9 of Wands here. Oh, that, you know what, that flipped out. I don't know whether you saw that flip out before. Whenever a card flips out, Aries, I always put it back in. I put it back in, I shuffled well again, and it came out right from the top. So this, whenever a card, I never leave cards out. And I've always been taught that, because it says that the universe is organising the cards for you. So never, if a card flips out, always put it back in, and then take from the top. And if the same card comes out, it's got a very, very important meaning for you. I feel that you are waiting. You're determined with that 9 of Wands. The root issue is determined. You've been hanging on because you're waiting for something. I feel that you guys, it seems to me with this reading, Aries, that the you now shows that you worked really hard. 10 of Wands comes up for you guys here. And that's because of the 7 of Pentacles. Now, the 7 of Pentacles is a card about, we put a lot of effort into a situation, and we look at our bank accounts at the end of the month and we say, right, how much did we make? So it looks like you've worked hard for your money in February 2017. But somebody let you down, because it shows that whatever it is that you were working towards, the root issue is you're still working, waiting for, I feel, for payout on this. Because you've got this guy on the 9 of Wands, and he's like on tenterhooks, and he's waiting and he's waiting. Both cards are about waiting, 9 of Wands and the 3 of Wands. And the Three of Wands is, it can be that you look to the future, but no, not with this. I feel that this is a card often that represents longing. So you're waiting for something to come. You've already put some effort into something and now you're waiting for it to come back to you. So I get the impression that the root issue is you're waiting for a payout or you're waiting for something to come back to you as a result of the hard work that you put in. But as a result of that, you've got the Ten of Swords. And this suggests somebody stabbing you in the back. They're not being honest. And you know that I said at the beginning of the reading that I felt somebody did something here, that they didn't keep a promise, or they didn't front up to what they said they would do. I'm going to see why we've got the Ten of Swords here, because this can also mean you just give up. Yeah, because of death. Jeez, for fuck's sake, look at that. I feel that you accept that something is not going to happen here. I feel that that's what goes on here. You got the the Ten of Swords and death. It's funny, the other night, because this is a new set of cards, I tried it out on myself. I don't usually try out YouTube cards and client cards on myself, but I just wanted to try out a reading. And this card showed up for me in the best case scenario. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And I remembered that I was travelling down to Birmingham. I think it might have been Monday morning I had to go down to Birmingham for a meeting. And I got into a taxi. And my head sometimes, when I wake up really early and I'm really, really tired, sometimes it doesn't compute. And I had £40 in my purse. And I had to get a coach. I wasn't going to get a train because I knew there was problems with the trains. So I had to end up getting a coach. And I had £40. I got into this taxi driver's car. And it only cost, I think I was late getting into the taxi. I'm just telling you a quick story and how these cards can work. And I was a bit late getting into this taxi driver's car, Aries. And I remember, I said to him, oh, I'm ever so sorry, because I was running a bit late. I was about 10 minutes late getting into the taxi. And I said, look, I'll pay you £1 on top when we get to the coach station. And the taxi fare came to £4.35. And I took out two £20 notes out of my purse. And I remembered that as I was taking them out, I was like, right, I've got two £20 notes. So I remember handing him a £20 note, but for some reason at that point my mind had switched off. Completely switched off. That it was £20. In my head I was saying £10 for some reason. I don't know what the hell happened to me at that point. But anyway, I handed the money to her and I says, oh, just give me back, take £5.50 and give me back £4.50, as if to say it was £10. But before that, like a couple of seconds, I knew it was £20. But before that, but afterwards, my mind just sort of shut off. For some reason, I was thinking it was £10. Now, that taxi driver opened up that money, he must have done, and looked at it, checked it, and he must have seen it was a £20 note. Any decent taxi driver would have said, actually, you've given me a £20 note, so I owe you £14.50, not £4.50, but he gave me £4.50. Anyway, I got out of the car, I was half asleep, walked into the coach station, looked in my purse to go and get some water or something, and thought, shit, I actually gave him £20. So I ran out of the coach station and he'd driven off. I phoned the taxi driver place and told them the story, and they said they'd get back to me. And they phoned me in the evening when I got back home and said, well, the taxi driver said you only give him a tenner. And he says, you told him to give him back. And I said, no, I gave him £20, but I forgot it was £20. And this had shown before the best case scenario. It was the taxi driver lying to me because of death. So death isn't always an ending. Death is sometimes a final decision that that person makes. Or death is kind of like, these cards can mean many, many things. It's so interesting. But on the same day that that happened, that these cards showed up for me in the best case scenario, my twin sister had promised to give me a dress that I loved. And she'd worn it to work. And when she phoned me, this was the same night that happened with the taxi driver, she turned around to me and she said, oh, I'm not giving you the dress now because everybody likes the dress on me, so I'm keeping the dress. And I was really pissed off because I like it. It's such a silly thing. But again, I felt kind of like, you betrayed me, sort of thing. It's just a dress, it was silly really. I phoned her afterwards and said, don't worry about it, it's childish. But at the time, because I was so wound up, I thought, you, whatever. You betrayed me. You said you'd give me the dress. So this can be a card where you're feeling betrayed because of death. And death can mean somebody's got away with something, or they've made a final decision on it, and that's it, and there's nothing you can do about it. So as a result of that, I feel, what I'm trying to say is, I feel that you're waiting for something here, Aries, because you've put a lot of hard work and effort into it, and you're waiting for your payout for all. If you look at this man, he's the workman, and he's waiting for payout for all of the work he's put in. But it seems to me the root issue is you guys are waiting, and you're waiting, and you're waiting for news, confirmation of what the fuck's going on here. Am I going to get paid for the work that I've done? Until I feel in the end, you kind of give up on the situation, because with the death card, there's nothing you can do. And therefore, Aries, your challenge seems to be this Two of Wands. And I'm going to get why the challenge is the Two of Wands for you guys. Because of the Four of Cups. And I feel that your challenge is this partnership, because somebody isn't playing ball. Four of Cups says, I don't want it. There's doubt. It's like apathy. I'm bored with it. It's not for me. You know, that you can't give me that cup because I'll just chuck it like everything else. There's nothing special about it. I don't want this. So I feel your challenge is a partnership. It seems to me that you and somebody else are on the same page. Are not on the same page. There is a difference in opinion, I feel, with this Two of Wands. And that's because of the Four of Cups. Maybe somebody didn't like the work you did for them, because the Four of Cups is the cup being offered to this individual, and they're like, actually, I don't want it. I really don't want it. I've already had the same 3 cups before, so why do I want what you've got? I thought you was going to do something better, but you've just done the same. I'm not happy with this. So somebody doesn't feel happy with something you've done, I feel, which is why I feel that there's a difference of opinion. So in the present situation, Aries, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. I'm going to see why we've got the Knight of Pentacles here. If we get an offer card like an Ace of Cups or an Ace of Pentacles, then we know that it's somebody who's offering you something, maybe. Well, the Four of Swords. So therefore, I feel that this is... if we were to look at these 2 cards together, what does that look like to you? It looks like somebody is offering help to somebody who's trying to find a solution. So somebody's offering you a solution here, I feel, with this Knight of Pentacles and that Four of Swords in the present situation in April. Because you need to get yourself out of a scrape. You've not been paid, or you've not been given something that was your due. And that seems to me because somebody's actually saying, you know what, I don't like the work that you did, or I don't like what you presented to me, so therefore I'm not going to give you your money, or I'm not going to pay you out for that, because I'm not happy with what you gave me. But I feel it leads on to the present situation where somebody is offering you a solution, a practical solution to getting out of this situation, Aries. And therefore, the best case scenario is to strength. And we're going to see why we've got strength here. Because of the Four of Pentacles. So Four of Pentacles can sometimes be a miser, somebody who's quite mean. So it could be the best case scenario is that you're going to need to be strong because somebody's not going to be paying you out that Four of Pentacles. All right? But also, you know, because it's off the back of this Knight of Pentacles, you see you've got where you guys are eagerly waiting for something and you're holding out there. You're still waiting for some news from someone, payment. And they've let you down. 10 of Swords and that Death card. I know that combination very well. I've seen it in my own readings. Very interesting combination. Not particularly nice, but it is what it is. You know, there's a finality. Somebody's stabbed you in the back. Somebody's betrayed you. And that's that with the Death card. Sometimes it's like, well, you've been betrayed. And that's that. Death. Yeah? Because the challenge is somebody didn't like something you presented. You can see that the Two of Wands, the guy on there is presenting something to this woman here. And she's being presented with this Ace of Cups. But there is a certain amount of disappointment is something that somebody doesn't like what you did, Aries, in February 2017. So they're saying, I'm not paying you, I'm not giving you this thing. You're receiving a practical solution to a problem, I feel, with that Four of Swords energy here. And therefore, the crowning thought area will be that, you know, could be that strength, you know, strengthen the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is about financial stability. I feel that crowning thought, so you need to trust this situation. Somebody's offering you a practical solution to a problem. But I feel that it's also saying that you need to have strength, that you are stable and secure no matter what, maybe with those two energies here. Because coming in the immediate future, there is a negotiation. You've got the Two of Cups, and I'm going to see why that Two of Cups is showing up here. Yeah, because of justice. Sometimes this is a contract that's signed. Two of Cups and justice. When you get justice, it can be because it's the Two of Cups, it's an agreement. And with the Justice card, there's a signature on that. So I feel that there is a signature. Somebody's offering you a solution. You've been let down, but there is a solution here. And therefore, Two of Cups and that Justice card says that there is an agreement, perhaps, that you sign on, potentially. So it could also mean maybe somebody lets you down, but then you have to compromise. Okay? And around that, we've got the Three of Pentacles. I feel that there is a successful collaboration. The agreement is successful with that Three of Pentacles, and it allows you to move on or navigate these difficult waters that you've been experiencing here. Your hopes will be, as a result of that negotiation or agreement, that it seems like there's some form of a signature or something on an agreement in February 2017. Your hopes will be the Empress and the Knight of Swords. It's almost like your prosperity goes up really quickly. Like there is a financial growth because the Empress can be creative, she can be financial, she's ruled by Venus, and Venus rules things like love, but also money, luck, that type of thing. So it's almost like you are looking for growth to happen really, really quickly with the Knight of Swords energy. And the outcome for you guys shows the King of Cups and the Hierophant. I feel the King of Cups is often about emotional stability. So this person is really kind of quite settled in a very kind of... remember, kings are in charge, Aries. So when you're a King of Cups, you're in charge of how you feel. So you know how to, you know how to hold your head in a crisis. You don't kind of flap about. I feel that emotional stability, maybe with that King of Cups, could be brought through correct advice that you receive with the Hierophant, maybe. So the Hierophant is this Knight of Pentacles, I believe. Knight of Pentacles is usually Virgo, but can be Virgo, Taurus. And the Hierophant is a Taurus as well. So I feel that emotional stability, finally just feeling stable and at peace with yourself, come through the help and advice and the support that you receive from the Hierophant. And this can be an order, a society, a group of people that you receive help from in this situation here. You've got that Page of Wands afterwards, and this can be communication, brings money. Six of Pentacles is finances, and Page of Wands is often news, communication, brings receipt of finances. So I feel that you're getting, even though it seems in February, Aries, you seem to feel that you've lost something here. I feel that you haven't lost it at all, because this is why the four cards sitting before me to tell me a little bit more about the situation are saying. I'll show you the cards actually. You've got the Seven of Swords here, and this is clever negotiation, or it is, you guys strategizing. I feel it's saying in order to strategize, possibly a financial situation with that King of Pentacles, takes evaluating the Hermit, your options, the Seven of Cups. So I feel that, this is what showed up for you at first, these four cards, and it was telling me that, you're going to have to be clever in the month of February 2017, all right? Seven of Swords, as I've said, is to navigate, it's to think outside the box, it's to be mentally agile, it's to strategize on a situation, good strategy, will bring success, I feel, with the King of Pentacles. But you need to evaluate what your options are. So it's about being clever, all right? In the month of February, what I'm seeing, we'll quickly go through the reading again, is that you guys are working hard because you want to get paid with that Seven of Pentacles. You're expecting a good outcome, especially financial, for work that you've put in. But I feel that some of you guys will be waiting for a payout here. And as a result of that, you give up on it because it's over. Maybe a time span has gone. Maybe somebody just hasn't bothered getting back to you. You've been waiting forever. You might feel betrayed because of a decision that somebody makes and it's final with the death card, that type of thing. Your challenge is a partnership. I feel that there is a difference of opinion because somebody's not happy with something that you presented. Maybe it's work that you did for them and they're saying, this isn't good enough, I'm not paying you, that type of thing. And therefore, it leads on to the present situation where there's a Knight of Pentacles, and this can be an investor, it can be a financial advisor, it can be a bank clerk, that type of thing. The Knight of Pentacles is usually quite clever and works in finance. I feel somebody's offering you a solution with that Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Swords, in which you need to trust that this will possibly give you financial stability in this month with that Four of Pentacles. Because in the immediate future, there is an agreement. With the Justice card, it's a signature. It's something, it could be a legally binding agreement in which a successful collaboration will lead to you being able to move on from a difficult situation here with that Six of Swords. Your hopes will be that growth will come quickly, potentially. Financial growth, success will happen quickly as a result of sorting out whatever this financial situation is. And the outcome shows, I feel that you are feeling calm and stable as a result of the advice that you are given via a Hierophant, I feel. Because the news or the communication that you receive with that Page of Wands brings in financial help or assistance with the Six of Pentacles. So even though the month might start off looking like shit for some of you guys, it's not going to resonate with everyone. For some of you guys, the month might start out as looking like shit. You know, I've put this hard work into something or whatever it is and I didn't get paid. But you get financial assistance that takes you out of something. You might need to sign a document here or there in order to release some funds on something, but you do get your financial assistance in February, okay? So it's not all doom and gloom. And the four cards are really saying that mental intelligence leads to success. So you're going to have to strategize and find yourself a way around this. This Knight of Pentacles facing you in the present, Knight of Pentacles facing the Four of Swords, I believe is something you have to do. You know, it could also be it's a struggle to get paid. Ten of Wands, struggle. Seven of Pentacles usually shows up when we're being paid. So it might be a struggle to get paid as well. In February 2017 for some of you guys. And as a result of that, through the present financial assistance to a, you know, financial solution to a problem. And that's why the four cards are saying, you know, you need to strategize here, Aries, if you want financial success with that King of Pentacles. But you need to think, the Hermit, about what your options are. So it's also saying that even if somebody lets you down here, you don't get paid for something, you don't receive the money that you should have done, there are other options, but it's for you to be very clever in choosing what type of options those are. Let's have a quick look at your angel card for the month of February 2017, Aries. Universe, Spirit, show me. What is the advice that you have for Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs? There's two. We'll put those back in. What is the advice that you have for Aries in the month of February 2017? Universe, what is the advice that you have for Aries in the month of February 2017? Show me. Says yes. Let's have a look at what the yes card says for you guys. The answer to your question is yes. If you want a more detailed reply to your inquiry, you can ask additional questions and pull more cards. We'll pull one more card. Universe, Spirit, what do you mean by yes for Aries in February 2017? Angels, what do you mean by the card yes for Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs as your advice for February 2017? Show me. No. Okay. Right, you said no. What do you mean then? You said yes and then you said no. What do you mean by no? A year from now, yeah. What about it? If you believe, yeah. Get more information, right? Helpful people, yeah. Will communicate clearly. I don't know what that means for you, but there are several cards that came out. Usually if you get contradictory cards with these angel cards, it's telling you to pull more cards for a message. It's saying yes, and I asked, well, what do you mean by yes? And it goes, no, that's not what we mean. What we're trying to say is that a year from now, if you believe, get more information from helpful people who will communicate clearly. So for you, whatever that means for you, a year is a long time. We're only reading for February. But I feel that it's trying to communicate something to you in a year. That, you know, in a year's time, if it's a business that you've got up and running and you're dealing with dodgy bastards, that type of thing, it's saying a year from now things aren't going to be the same. You know, you're going to be far more settled and far more on an even keel in terms of whatever it is or however it is that you're earning your money, maybe, that type of thing. But it's saying things are going to be improving for you. It's a beautiful reading, Aries. I would like to say thank you so much for choosing Carol's Universe for your personal reading. If you'd like a personal reading, not personal reading, general reading. If you'd like a personal reading with me, guys, you can go to www.carolsuniverse.co.uk and I will see you on your love readings for Valentine's. Take care.